Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and fellows. I welcome you on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, Stoicism is a philosophy, and Stoic was a Greek philosopher 3 centuries BC, and his philosophy is that bear the hardship and the pain of the life, but do not complain and do not even express your feelings. In other words, develop a fortitude. That was indeed a great philosophy. And we are talking, we are going to talk about all that, but in quite a different, in a somewhat different manner. It is very much applicable as far our today's life is concerned. And the title we have given to our today's discussion is Five Rules to Control Your Emotions. Five Rules to Control Your Emotions for a Happier Life. What are those five rules? That is all Stoicism in a very, very, very applicable manner. Let's look upon all those 5 points, as each one of these is five very, very important, very, very useful. First of all, it is differentiate the controllable from the uncontrollable. First of all, we need to understand what I can control and what I cannot control. That is what we need to differentiate between. And whatever is controllable, whatever I can control, I should try to control it sensibly. And then whatever is uncontrollable, it is better to accept it, or it is better to ignore it, not to pay much of the heed to all that. Why? Because that is not in my control. But we can conceive the ideas how this thing can be managed, how can we bear it, how can we ignore it. So differentiate between the controllable and the uncontrollable. So that was the number one point out of the five. Number two, it is imagine potential downside. Mentally rehearse worst case scenario, even if it is uncomfortable. Mentally rehearse worst case scenario. Mentally rehearse worst case scenario, even if it is uncomfortable. That was the number one point. Visualization builds confidence and resilience for when adversity manifests. Visualization builds confidence. What we did was is a visualization, mentally rehearsing the worst case scenario. It is a visualization. Visualization builds confidence and resilience to bear the adversity. That is, fully experiencing, that is, visualization builds confidence and resilience for when adversity manifests. Number three, fully experience the present. We need to fully experience the present, not to live in the past at all. The past is unchangeable. All what we can do, we should do, we must do is that we should learn from our past. We need to learn from our past. That is very, very important indeed. As for the future is concerned, the future is uncertain. As for the future is concerned, not to keep worrying about the future at all. Rather, we need to plan it. We need to prepare it, and that is what we can do about the future, the past and the future. But we need to live in the present. We need to live fully into the present. Don't get trapped in the unchangeable past or uncertain future. Awaken yourself to the richness available in the irreplaceable here and now. Please pay attention. Please focus upon. Awaken yourself to the richness available in the irreplaceable here and now. So there is a lot good which we can do at the moment. So we need to focus upon our today and neither yesterday nor tomorrow. As for the yesterday is concerned, we need to keep learning from our yesterday, from our past. We need to keep planning and preparing for our future, the uncertain future, but we need to live in the here and now, the power of now. A whole book has been written on the subject. A whole book has been written which became very, very popular, and the title of that book is The Power of Now. I think it is the now we need to focus upon, we need to concentrate upon. What can I do today? And prior to the starting of the day, at the end of a day, let's plan the next day. At the end of every day, at the end of every day, prior to going to bed, it is better to plan and prepare somewhere for about tomorrow. But as soon as we get up early in the morning, we need to get up early in the morning. We need to we should try to seize the opportunities available. We should try to seize the opportunities available, my dear friends and fellows, in the here and now. The fourth is cultivate resilience by welcoming the hardship. Nobody welcomes the hardship. Nobody want to welcome the hardship. Everybody does welcome the ease and the comfort, but as far welcoming the hardship is concerned, it is not what everybody does. Only certain exceptional cases does, but those who do, I think they people are wise people as compared to any other, my dear friends and fellows. That is what is needed here. That is what is desperately needed here. Once we are consciously welcoming the hardship, it actually means that we are very patient person, we are wise person, we are strong person. All the people who are seen welcoming the hardship, these people are automatically developing the patience in themselves, the wisdom in themselves, and of course the toughness, the strength in themselves, dear friends. Face and radically accept difficulties. Facing and radically accepting the difficulties rather than resisting or avoiding them. Neither we need to avoid the difficulties nor we need to resist the difficulties. What rather we need to do is face and radically accept difficulties rather than resisting or avoiding them. Hardship met properly. If at all we meet the hardship properly, we must try to meet the hardship properly. Build strength rather than shatter you. It makes us stronger. It does not shatter us at all. So, dear friends and fellows, it is a very good, very important, a golden principle. Cultivate resilience by welcoming the hardship. Now, the fifth and the last is orient life around timeless moral principles. We need to orient our life around the timeless moral principles. Dear friends, player or ego, that's not good at all. Prioritize purpose and contribution. We need to prioritize the purpose. We need to prioritize the contribution over what? Over player or over the ego. Aligning with virtues, aligning with the virtues, stabilizes contentment regardless of the external conditions. I think that is really, really great. Orient life around timeless moral principles. Prioritize purpose and contribution over player or ego. We need to abandon, we need to ignore, we need to minimize the importance of the ego in our life, the importance of players in our life, and we need to maximize the importance of purpose. We need to maximize the importance of contribution in our life. So that is orient your life, orient life around timeless moral principles, aligning with virtues, aligning with the virtues, stabilizes contentment regardless of external conditions. Whatever the external conditions are, we will become stable, inshallah. We will be strengthening, we strengthen ourselves, we will start enjoying the life. And that is something really, really great. We need to do it. We need to do it as much good as it is humanly possible. So I think that by acting upon these five, principles, stoic principles of controlling your emotions, and of course, you know, for a happier life, many of the people, most of the people will start thinking that once we are talking about accepting the hardship, how can we live a happier life? As a matter of fact, it is very much possible, and very much possible indeed. It can be done quite easily, provided we are determined, provided we are committed, and more provided, even if at all, we do understand this philosophy properly, because it has arrived, it is there to make us, to build us a very strong human being. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah.